Hello. Well, I said I'd come back, but I didn't realize it would be that long. That long of a time in between. Oh, Elaine, did you watch my video? The first one? It was all your plants. So I hope you watched the first one. So yeah, I was going through all the plants. Like, okay, this is the one that Elaine sent me. This is the one that Elaine sent me. I think only a few of them here on this batch are the ones that you sent me. But there's definitely one or two that printed really spectacular. And then the rest, there was a few that didn't print at all. And I think the ones that did not print, some of them are in this batch because I made 2 batches at one time, but put them in separately because I can only put so many in my pan because it's kind of shallow. So anyway, this has been sitting for a little while. I got distracted. I ended up having to do a lot of stuff over at the house, the regular house, my house. And so I wasn't able to get to this right away like I thought I would. Let me just start piling these up over here. When did I stream? It was today around, I don't know what time it was, to tell you the truth. Maybe, I don't know, 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock. I don't have a clue anymore what time it was. But my freezer was getting kind of full of all these plants. And I thought, I'm going to, in a month or so, I'm going to be harvesting the fall ones, and I'm not going to have any room for anything with all the stuff I already had in there. So that's why I took them out. Hey, Darla knows. What time did I go on before, Darla? Do you remember? It was a long time, though. I thought I was just going to put the batch on and let it do its thing and then come right back on, but I got distracted. Okay, so these are my leaves. These are the hydrangeas again. Those I recognize because they're mine. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought, Darla, around 3 o'clock. So it's been quite a while, 5 hours ago, at least. Okay, so what I did with this one, and I'm not going to be able to replicate the color, and neither are you, for reasons I've discussed before, but I got the bath that was left over from the previous one, and then I put a few not handfuls, but little, I don't know how many, pinches of the butterfly pea flowers. So that's where that's the hibiscus and the blue mixing together. Okay. It doesn't look like, oh, really? Huh. I know some people got to see it because I got some comments on it. At least I thought it was from that video. Uh-oh. Well, we'll see. I'll check it out when I get done with this. Okay, now these are some of Elaine's plants. And see, these didn't, they didn't really do anything on the other batch either. So it was kind of strange. So whatever these were, they do not transfer any color at all. Here we go. Looks like fall colors, right? It's pretty. And more hydrangeas. And I'm here alone tonight, so I mean, as far as Susan helped me out. So if you have a particular question, just make sure you put it in caps. I'm trying to look up every now and then. So if you put it in caps, I won't think you're hollering at me. Please holler at me. It's the only way I'm gonna only way I'm gonna see you. Only way I'm gonna hear you. Needless to say, my hydrangea plants, the leaves are pretty big. Oh, the Wagalia, I don't know how to pronounce that. Wagalia. I have that too, but mine prints pretty good. Woo, look at all that. I better save some of that. Mine prints pretty good. So when I first looked at it, I thought maybe that's what it is. So I was really surprised when it didn't print. It was very weird. And see, I don't know what that was. I don't know if that was yours or mine. Okay, I know this was my fuchsia. So the fuchsia, you know, it doesn't like give like any great design or anything, but it does print. I guess if I were to dry the flower out, you know, so it would maintain its shape and have that little bell shape, and then once it's dry, then go ahead and print with it, it would print the really pretty shape, I'm sure. What kind of paper am I using? This one right here is mixed media, 110-pound mixed media paper. I just get whatever's on sale. I'm not partial to any brand. Just as long as it's mixed media. I know a lot of I know a lot of people that work with you know, the eco printing. They like watercolor paper. I personally don't like it, not for this, but I know a lot of them do. So Oh boy. Woohoo! That's pretty cool. Oh. Okay, Lucy, that's interesting that you say that because most people say they like using for that very reason. And when I use the watercolor paper, I inevitably tear it or rip it or something. And I never do when I use, I shouldn't say never, I rarely do when I use the other papers. For me, even the copy paper is more sturdy than the watercolor paper. So I must be doing something wrong because I don't like using it. A lot of juice there. All right, I know this is from my yard. I know this is from my yard. That didn't do nothing. These are mine. Well, that did something. Now, see how funny it is? These are the two, these are from the same tree, and some of the leaves did something and some of the leaves didn't. So you just got to keep playing around with them. Lucy, that's funny. I guess that's why everybody gets like their own favorite little technique. And that's why I just really encourage, uh-oh. Oh, this was geranium flowers. That's why I encourage people just to do it. It's okay to ask me questions. I'll answer the questions, but the best way is just do it yourself until you find what you like. Because see, I would try to talk them out of watercolor paper, and then you would say, "Oh, watercolor is really, cool to work with." So I say, everybody just try it, see what you like. Man, my dog's barking away. There's a cat that likes to go down the alley. And I swear, he slows down just to get the dog upset. Oh. And this is the geranium again. the flower. More geranium. These were red. Most red things are very rich in tannin, and the more tannin, the darker things are. So like if you put, if you were to slice some strawberries, you'd get some really cool shapes. They'd be really dark because there's a lot of tannin in strawberries. Same thing with red roses. It's not going to print red. It's going to print really dark, just like the geraniums. Whoops. This is kind of slimy, really thin. I don't want to press too much because then you start messing with the top layer of the paper, and I don't want to do that. I can always get those off after it's dry. This is mixed media paper, 110 pound weight. Pretty cool. Uh-oh, I don't know what that was, but it printed. Now this is, like I said, it's a really thin right now, and it's mushy. And sometimes I leave it on there and it sticks to the paper, and I like how it looks. So that was a nice shaped flat one. I'm going to leave that just the way it is. Lots of water here on the bottom. And then I don't have any flowers or anything on this. This just was on the bottom, which usually end up being my favorite papers. And then I just use these different papers over and over again to blot up, and then they end up just being some pretty cool grungy papers that I put in my journals. I'll look up in a second, you guys. Just want to suck up all this water. Don't want to let all this yumminess go to waste. Excuse me. All right. Woohoo! All right. Yay! Yay! Let me see if I can get some sometimes some of that plant comes off the marigold. No, it didn't that time. That's okay. Guess it'll look cool. Alrighty. Whoops, maybe this one. A little bit. All right. So All right, so that will end up being a pretty good piece of crunched up papers. And here's the ones that I got to dry. And first, it went all the way through, which is good. That's a good thing. Okay, let me see. Yeah, Elaine, I used I set aside, these are the ones that printed really well. These printed really well. I think these were your azaleas. They came out stupendous. This printed really, really well. I think this is your what do you call that? Willalia, what is that called? I think that's what this is. I don't think those other ones were, because mine prints pretty cool, and this printed really well. So the azaleas and this thing were the winners, but there were some others that printed. Let's see. These, which I think is this plant, it looks very similar. So I think those are the same. Those printed really cool. These aren't the prints. These are just sitting there. Yeah, all of that plant, which I think is that W word. I think that's what that is. And so I'm going to print with them one more time. And then, yeah, these didn't, like this, whatever this came off of, it didn't print, that plant. And these are just, these were off my trees. Those weren't yours. Let me go get a couple of the prints. They're still wet, but let me go grab them so you can see what these did. These and the azaleas. Let me go get that right now. Now you wrote down, I don't think these are crepe myrtle. You wrote down that these were crepe myrtle. I don't think they are, because what produced that print what produced this print was this plant right here. And I think that is the W one. The W one. I think that's what this is. And but if you can figure out what this is, I'd love to have some more of this. If we can figure out what it is. All right, and then, and that is this right here. Unless, you know, you might have a different variety of crepe myrtle. I have 3 different varieties, and only one prints and the other 2 don't print anything. So maybe it is a crepe myrtle, it's just a different variety. Oh, you didn't say that you put a peony in there, or peony, whatever it's called. Now that you say that, that may be. That just might be it. And all right, so, but you can see how nice it printed. Came out really cool. This is the, I'll go find some other pieces. This here is the azalea. That right there. And that's the azalea right there. I like how that prints. Let me go see if I can find another azalea print. And here's the oak. That came out pretty. I don't have any oaks around here, so that was fun to print with that. So that came out really nice. And I'm not sure what these are. They look a little bit to me like it doesn't have enough of the heart shape to it though. They looked like oh my goodness. I'm blank. They're all over the place around here. Oh dear, it'll come to me. But these didn't have a name with them, so I didn't attach a name to that. This is still part of that plant. We're not sure what it is. And there's a few of those other ones in there of the azalea. Now see, again, these are the ones that you had marked crepe myrtle. So you probably have a different variety than I do. But everything except those with those little, oh, where are they now? I think I tossed them all out. Oh, I know. I have a few that I didn't print. Hold on one second. whatever these are, these didn't do anything. The leaf, the flower, nothing did anything, but they're going to be cool to for me to play with as dried flowers. I love the shape of them, but they don't print at all. So just for future reference, and let's see. Now you had a few that were kind of put together with a lot of different ones. Didn't have a name, but there was a variety of leaves, and some of those printed kind of cool. I don't know what they are, but I like them. Pretty cool. So anyway, it was, you sent me a really nice variety, and you can see, that how everything prints so differently and gives it a really cool look. Ooh, a lot of dark water this time around. A lot of slimy stuff too. Sheep's ear. Oh, which is sheep's ear. Hmm. Anyway, those fuzzies right there didn't do nothing. Okay, let me read. Morning Glory. What? What's Morning Glory? Oh, I know, Lucy. You just never know. Oh, the ones with the dried flowers. Okay. Yeah. These don't print. Words to everybody. Let's see the heart-shaped ones. What heart-shaped ones? Oh. These. These. So you think that these are what now again? Oh, these are the morning glories? Oh. Huh. Very cool. I've printed, isn't that funny? I never thought about it. I've printed with the flowers of the morning glory, and it prints really cool. But I've just never, I haven't done the leaves. Why? I don't know. See? And this was from this plant. That plant, we don't know what it is. That's what that leaf is. Oh, well, this plant. See, I think that was it right there. Cool leaf. You got to be able to put puzzles together. Because trust me, when you put the plants down, Lucy can attest to this. When you start doing the plant, you go, oh yeah, I'll know what that was. No, after it's boiled to death, you don't recognize it unless you mark it and say, okay. And then, you know, after you've done it a couple hundred times, yeah, you'll know what plant's what. But when you're first starting, even if you know what that plant is, you're not going to recognize it after you boil it to death. So well, this isn't azalea. I know that for sure. This is not azalea. And this is the one that turns the pretty green. The azalea comes out more like a reddy color. This is the azalea right here. I think the azaleas have a lot of tannin in them, and so it turns it dark. And so, see, this is your azalea. And that's what these are right here. So I kept some of these, and I'm going to redo them tomorrow. I'm going to do a reprint. Some leaves and some plants I can use up to 3 times, depending on the amount that's inside of them, you know. Yeah, they turned out beautiful, Elaine. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And this was, I believe this was one of yours also. I believe. I don't think that was mine. Because I think the only thing of mine that I used in your batch was when I filled in some spots with the hydrangeas. But other than that, all the leaves are yours. And I've got more over there, but these were kind of like the brightest ones. I got quite a few. I like how it came out. That's the azalea right there. And that's that other pretty one. That says crepe myrtle, but for some reason I don't think it is. But that's what I put at the paper said. Anyway, it was fun. Lots and lots of fun. Lucy goes, I'm just picking everything tomorrow. Yeah, that's the thing to do, you know? You just never know what's going to work. And try various papers because it may not work on one paper, but it'll work on the other. I've seen that happen to me. I can't tell you how many times. And even like earlier, I used the manila folder, and I use it all the time. And this particular batch of folders, they're not printing. So it's however, you know, the makeup of that paper that, you know, that particular company uses to manufacture the manila envelopes, it must have some kind of a coating or something that doesn't allow you know, to the colors to saturate into them. And it's just, they're real faint and real wimpy looking. And usually mine get really dark and intense. So, oh well. What are you going to do? Alrighty. So that was fun. I'll do some more tomorrow. And these are the ones I'm going to reuse. I've got them here in between my papers. And I'll reuse those tomorrow. And see what kind of goodness I come up with. Whoops. These should all be dry overnight. And I've been playing with the sewing kit. Let me show you what I was doing earlier. I posted a couple little pictures. Let me get this out. At least that's not too wet right there. I won't get. Hopefully, I won't get things dirty. That's not wet. Those little printouts that are in the group. Where? There's some. So these were, those little printouts, and I got some gauzy fabric that I have, and I got some cardstock. This is just craft colored cardstock, and cut it a tiny bit bigger than the image, and then put the fabric underneath it, and then I sewed it down, and then with some of the scraps just made a little tab up there on the top. And I had some of these, these are, I guess they're jeweler tags. They put prices on. And I had a bunch of those. So I just put a little stamp on them and made a little tag like that. And then as I started putting things inside of the journal, I realized it was getting way too thick. So I separated it into 2 different ones so that I have room to put some, because I haven't even put things in the pockets yet. And it's already kind of chunky. So I kind of separated those. And then with the little pins that's in the kit, I just and I put a little tag with that handmade card that's in there. Oh, and then I made this little pocket. I think I'm going to make a different one, but it was just like a little trial run. And so I made that so it fits in there, and it's really cushiony so that it doesn't poke through. And then I took some of those tops to the spools that's in that printout and put it on some just some packaging cardboard that I had, thinner stuff, and put one in the front and one in the back, and then just kind of loop those together. I thought that looked kind of cute. And then use another one to just glue down on top of a piece of a little doily. So I'm not, obviously, we're not done. We're just moving along because I've already separated. Oh, and I did put a little piece of this, the fabric that has the tape. And then the little charm that was in my kit was a measuring tape. So I thought it'd be kind of cute just to dangle that measuring tape from the tape. And so then I took one of those little tags that I made and put it in the pocket here in the front. And I think I'm going to turn this into a little book. I'll put some blank pages in there and have that go in there somewhere. And then I took one of these and clipped it on here with one of those pins that's in the kit. And then I'll figure out something to put in the little pocket there. So I got to put stuff in this pocket too. And on this side, I put 2 of these. There. So we're getting there, slowly but surely. Here's another pocket in here. I glued this one down just to show different ways you can use little tags. And here in the back, I glued one back there and then put the the spool top down there. And then I did something else. What else did I do? Forgot I was playing last night. I was playing last night. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. So that I took the, let me find it. I took this pattern and I sized it down. All I did basically, it's the same pattern. I just like took the dress part off and just had like little forms so that it would fit, better inside of, some of these pockets. It was a little too wide, to fit in there. I mean, it would fit, but it was a little wide. This way, it fits just really nicely in there. And it'll work out better, I think, in the long run. But the larger one does fit. But again, I just did it with some of the cardboard and glued some paper on either side to get that. And I think that's all I did. I don't think I did anything else. But I did have to separate it because it was getting too chunky. So there. So there. That's what we've been doing. Let me see. Do I need to read anything? I'm reading. Hey, Jennifer. All right, ladies. I think that's it. I'm going to put some together and do some boiling tomorrow and see how those come out. And and then I've been playing with other stuff. It's going to go. Okay, I'm so many months ahead. I don't even know how many months ahead I am. But I was playing with these, and these are, what month is that going to be? We're in September, October. Okay, so this is for November's. This is for November's. These some little things I'm making. And these are going to end up in November's kit. Just a little sneak peek. Just to keep you interested. There we go. It's to keep me interested. Yeah, sneak peek 2021. Yeah, we're getting there, aren't we? That sounds funny, but we're really close to that. Okay, Elaine, just don't do what I do. I go prancing around and collecting, and people had too many weird visions, so I stopped prancing. So what are they? No, that's why they're a sneak peek. If I start explaining things to you, then where's the fun in that? Where is the fun in that? Oh, you do prance. Yeah, when the dogs give you that look like, what the heck are you doing? You're a little too weird for the the neighborhood when the dogs look at you strange. So I've learned my lesson. Good. I'm really glad I put something out here that Darla doesn't know what it is. I really feel complete now. My day is complete. My week, my month. Yeah, mine would probably run in the house too. Okay, ladies, thank you very much for joining me. And if I get some good prints tomorrow, then I'll let you guys have a peek on that. And we'll go from there. So thank you for coming by and watching all my craziness. And look at Jennifer. I love those little emojis. Those are so cute. All right. I'll see you guys maybe tomorrow. You never know. Be good. Stay out of trouble, everybody. Good night.